This is not going to end well for the FBI and Kash Patel. He needs to resign right now. So more on that in a second. But first, this weekend we're seeing the collapse of MAGA and the rise of America First. We are sick and tired of this bullshit. People who've held on believing that this would be the most transparent administration in history, releasing the Epstein files, making major arrests, indictments for people involved in the Russia collusion hoax. But nope, nothing. What about Fauci? What about the COVID hoax? Nothing. Instead, we get attacks against truly America First members of Congress like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Matthew, who want to release the Epstein files, who want to shrink the size of government, who want accountability for our leaders, but nope. And then we get an FBI that lied and cover up not only the January 6th pipe bomber story, but also Thomas Crooks, the little dweeby kid that allegedly tried to kill President Trump. We're pissed off. So we need to talk about something that is so explosive, so deeply corrupt, so staggeringly outrageous in my brain that you almost can't believe it's real. But it is, and Tucker Carlson just ripped the lid off of it. It took a journalist like Tucker Carlson to expose all of their lies. So this week, Tucker dropped a brand new documentary exposing the truth about Thomas Matthew Crooks, the would-be assassin who tried to take President Trump's head off in Butler, Pennsylvania. And what Tucker uncovers isn't just unsettling, it's earth-shattering. It's MAGA-shattering, if you will. And it tells us one thing very clearly. The FBI lied again, and they're lying to us right now under Kash Patel. And this time they're scrambling, furious because their cover-up is falling apart in real time. So much so that they even started a brand new Twitter account just to try and get out in front of this, their FBI Rapid Response Twitter account. But no one's buying it, and neither should you. But at the end of the day, I'm an optimist. And out of this chaos and security lapses, we could actually have some bright spots, I hope. Maybe we have to tear down the entire FBI. So we've got a lot to go through today, but let's start right here. For months, the FBI insisted that Crooks was a ghost. No motive, no online presence, no digital footprint at all, no associates, just some quiet, awkward kid with a rifle who magically climbed on a roof and almost assassinated a former president of the United States in broad daylight. Okay, sure. Totally normal. But Tucker's new documentary, along with leaks from FBI whistleblowers, blows that entire narrative to pieces.
The fact the body was cremated made it impossible for investigators outside the FBI to verify the coroner and autopsy report. You can't do a new tox screen because the body doesn't exist.
So the FBI was lying to us. Shocking. It turns out that Thomas Crooks wasn't a ghost at all. He had an extensive online presence stretching back years. Again, something the FBI lied right to our faces about. Testifying before Congress, no less.
You're telling me a 20-year-old kid who's grown up in the digital era figured this out when he was, 13? To never get an online presence? We've seen nothing. Nothing. We're now 6 weeks in. There's not a Facebook photo.
Well, it turns out that was a lie. He didn't just have an online presence. He had violent posts. He had political messages. He had searches, comments, history, data trails, all of it. And you're telling me the most powerful domestic intelligence agency on earth somehow couldn't find any of it? Give me a break. Even Miranda Devine from the New York Post, the one, of course, who blew open the Hunter Biden laptop story, and everyone ignored her. She asked the one question every American should be screaming right now about. She said, why did it take Tucker Carlson to expose this? Where was the FBI? What were they hiding? Tucker's team found what the FBI claimed didn't even exist. Hundreds of Crooks's online posts and interactions. Violent rhetoric. Obsessions with political assassinations. Research into presidential security procedures. Searches about sniper distances. And evidence that he'd been in Washington, D.C. weeks before the shooting because his cell phones were tracked to the nation's capital. That's interesting. But the FBI told us none of this was real. Just a conspiracy theory. They said he had no meaningful online signature, no online presence. He was a ghost. Which brings us to the next bombshell. Dan Bongino, former Secret Service, now FBI Deputy Director, Kash Patel's right-hand man, he dropped a massive piece of information on Maria Bartiromo's show. He said his team combed through every detail of the case early on. They told us Crooks had zero online presence, none. Total blank slate. Watch.
In some of these cases, the there you're looking for is not there. And I know people, I get it. I understand. It's not there. If it was there, we would have told you.
And guess what? I know this is going to shock you, but that wasn't true at all. So either the FBI lied to investigators or someone inside the FBI was actively burying Crooks' digital history, hiding it from Dan and Kash Patel, like if you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. And if that's the case, if a 20-year-old would-be assassin had a documented online paper trail that federal agents deliberately hid, then we're not just looking at incompetence, we're looking at corruption. We're looking at a cover-up, and that means one of two things. Either Kash and Dan are lying, which means they need to be fired immediately, or there's a massive cover-up inside the agency Kash swore to root out and destroy. In either case, this is a failure of Kash Patel as a leader, and he needs to go right now. Because if something's being kept from the FBI director, that's a massive scandal. But it gets worse, because former FBI agent and whistleblower Kyle Seraphin, friend of the show, came out swinging this week. He says that the FBI is absolutely hiding details about Thomas Crooks, and not just Crooks, but the entire security failure surrounding the assassination attempt. Seraphin even connected it to the still unresolved January 6th pipe bombing case, which they're lying about, another moment where the FBI mysteriously can't seem to find the most basic answers. How did Thomas Crooks get that close to the president? And then, this might be the biggest tell of all, of course, right after Tucker released his documentary, literally right after, it's almost as if they knew it was coming, right? The FBI suddenly, magically, finally posted a statement on Twitter, or X, acknowledging Crooks' online activity. They admitted they actually did have information that they never told the public. Only after Tucker embarrassed them. Only after the whistleblowers spoke out. Only after the internet was on fire. And Miranda Devine said it perfectly. Why now? Why only after Tucker? Because they got caught, period. So let's break down what Tucker uncovered, because these details are stunning. Crooks wasn't apolitical. He wasn't uninvolved. He wasn't some blank slate, some ghost. He was posting violent political messages online. He was arguing about Trump. He was searching sniper distances, Secret Service response times, political assassination history. He wasn't just a kid. This was all premeditated. He researched the site. He scouted the rooftop. He studied rally setups. He reviewed Oswald's firing position and distance from Kennedy, the book depository. Yeah, he was looking that stuff up. This is not lone wolf teenager wandering into something kind of behavior. This is something, this is someone preparing for something big. And while all of this was happening, guess who supposedly never noticed? The FBI. Now think about this. The FBI can track your grandmother's Facebook like a like on a cat meme from 2012, but they somehow missed years of political posts, violent rhetoric, sniper research, suspicious activity from a guy who eventually made it within firing distance of Donald Trump, a guy who also hung out at the Butler Gun Club, home to DHS employees who love to go there and shoot. Right, okay. We're not that stupid. Stop it. That's not incompetence. That's intentional. And then right afterwards, we were told that Iran was behind these assassination attempts. Trump even tweeted about it. But none of us on Redacted bought that bullshit story at all. Even Roger Stone, one of Trump's close friends, said this Iran story that he tried to... That's total BS. It certainly was a great ploy to get American people primed and pissed for a war against Iran, right? Iran tried to kill the president. So if the FBI and the CIA let us into Thomas Crooks' history, we would have seen that it had nothing at all to do with Iran, and that undermines their entire narrative. That's why there was that strange decision to cremate Crooks' body almost immediately. No full forensic transparency, no extended independent autopsy, no public explanation of why they moved so fast. Why was his apartment totally scrubbed? It's almost like they wanted the story tied off and buried, but they weren't counting on Tucker Carlson and whistleblowers at the FBI to expose their lies. This is the attempted assassination of a former president. And the FBI hid information about the shooter. This is why MAGA is collapsing and Americans are fed up. That alone should terrify every American, left, right, or center. Because if the FBI will lie about this, what won't they lie about? So that's the news update part of today's video. Now I want to tell you about today's sponsor in an age when security is being undermined at every turn, and these security threats are very real, as we just talked about. I mean, our channel has seen and covered some of the most incredible events in history over the past year. What we've seen over this last year has just been mind-blowing if you think about it. So in the coming minutes, I want to share with you a huge potential opportunity in my book, which includes DHS, TSA, MIT, Lincoln Laboratories, the DOE, PNNL, CBP, all of it, the White House, Secret Service, and more, basically working to rebuild a huge gap in our national security right now. This opportunity includes extensive licenses, cutting-edge patents, $1 billion exits, game-changing government mandates, sole-sourced contracts, as well as the Los Alamos National Laboratory, international airports, and a stock which is trading near all-time lows right now with a U.S. market cap of $17 million. Even after raising $45 million, their market cap is only $17 million, and spending the funds on breakthrough products internally. So just in the past month, today's sponsor, Liberty Defense, here's their ticker symbol on your screen, it's LDDFF on the U.S. stock market. They have now expanded into new international jurisdictions. They signed as a customer one of the largest U.S.-based airports in the world. They've closed multiple sales, and I wanted to give you an urgent update on this company because shares of LDDFF, Liberty Defense, are available on all the major brokerages like Interactive Brokers, Schwab, Fidelity, E-Trade, just to name a few. But despite it all, Liberty Defense stock is down 85% right now in 8 months, down 85%. They raised $45 million to date. Their current market cap is $17 million. With $45 million, its management has developed and began commercializing one of the most competitive and innovative products of its kind, in my opinion, in accordance with Trump's TSA mandate and DHS requirements that need to make Americans safe and airports efficient and much more travel-friendly. No more huge lines, no more having to take stuff out of your pockets, all of that garbage. Now, over the years, Liberty Defense raised millions of dollars at share prices that are 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, and 12 times the current price. It raised $3.5 million in Q1 of 2025 at 5 times, or again, 500% higher than today's share price. Then October of 2022, the company raised $5.1 million at $2.75 a share, compared with 33 cents Canadian today. In May of 2023, the company raised $2 million at $3 a share, compared with 33 cents today. This is why this video is so important. Liberty Defense trades near all-time lows right now. And this is the most important part. Liberty Defense is working closely with President Trump's TSA and what could be a game-changing moment for the company. So I want to explain the upside potential and some of the catalysts for this company, Liberty Defense, because you see its products right now are being consistently sold to new customers. And the product I really want to talk about is HexWave. From my standpoint, this is the most important reason I'm featuring Liberty Defense to you now, because what the TSA has done, they've just issued a mandate that airports must, I repeat, must begin screening employees for explosive type threats, including metallic and non-metallic threats, like 3D printed guns. HexWave was derived from cutting-edge MIT and Lincoln Labs research, and it was enhanced through partnerships with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Transportation Security Administration. HexWave is a walk-through portal that uses millimeter wave technology, advanced 3D imaging, and artificial intelligence to basically detect both metallic and non-metallic concealed threats. So unlike traditional metal detectors, which totally fail against plastic or 3D printed guns, which are a huge problem now, HexWave scans individuals in real time as they pass through. They can process up to 700 people per hour without, this is the best part, without having to require them to remove their jackets, their shoes. You don't have to take items out of your pockets. And again, this is all part of that TSA mandate to improve security screening at our airports. And so Liberty Defense developed it. They even won a $500,000 award from the TSA commercial, and they helped commercialize the HexWave back in September of 2023 with a price tag of $100,000 per HexWave unit. One of the first customers to purchase this was the Los Alamos National Labs. But the most incredible new development occurred when the TSA issued a mandate for roughly 173 airports around the country to start screening their employees. It has to start in April of 2026. Now, pay attention to this. HDAIT, that's High Definition Advanced Imaging Technology. They have an upgrade kit that they make. Liberty Defense has won a sole source contract from the TSA to develop an upgrade kit to the existing millimeter wave-based body scanners at these airports. So as the TSA starts upgrading these airports over the coming years, this could generate over $100 million in potential sales for Liberty Defense. Now, it's backed by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. It's co-developed with scientists at Pacific National Laboratories, funded in part by the TSA, and already awarded a sole source contract to upgrade deployed checkpoint systems. So the HD AIT kit represents sort of the future of aviation security right now, because there's already 1,000 units deployed across the United States. But these older machines are already showing their limitations. And that's where the HD AIT kit comes in, because it retrofits all of those older AIT scanners with new imaging hardware. They don't have to get rid of them. They can put in this new HD AIT kit from Liberty Defense. It has the advanced signal processing. It has the AI-based threat recognition. Basically, the results is like turning a 1990s television into a modern 8K flat screen television. And just so we're on the same page, the TSA has awarded Liberty Defense a sole sourced contract. And the patented technology is licensed exclusively with Liberty Defense. So what this means is that an estimated cost of $125,000 per upgrade kit and 1,000 units in need of upgrade across the United States and another 600 to 1,000 overseas abroad is that for a company with a current market cap of 17 million, the upside potential here is enormous, at least as I understand it. So guys, research Liberty Defense Holdings. Again, here's their ticker on your screen. I'll have links to their website in the description below, and we'll see you next time, everyone.